Shalom, shalom. Karon, ang topic is one world government or the plan which is new world order. So, some believe that the new world order will happen. There will be a new world order. And myself, so I don't know. First, to understand this new world order, you have to know sa ilang plan. Not to try to understand nga unsay ang the fact ba nga kuan ro naka ilahang plan ba. Kini nga plan sa new world order nila is not just last 2020. This is well planned. This new world order, the plan is from this World War I, World War II, and now we are in times. So now we have to understand what is this new world order. What is the goal of this new world order? So now before we have to understand that, I want you to listen this video concerning sa ilahang plan. Silang plan, you have to listen first to understand unsay goal ana ilahang new world order o one world government. So we have to see what is the plan. First, you have to know their plan before we try to interpret what's going on now. So now, that is from the side of these people who planned for that, the people who's ruling in this our generation. Okay, so watch this.
It's easier because it's easier to forecast for 2035 than to forecast for tomorrow. Tomorrow is much more uncertain than 2035 for at least two reasons. One is what maybe in 2035 you would have forgotten my mistakes, and then you will only remember that if I said something which was not totally wrong. And second, that many things will happen in due course, which would have been either what I would have predicted or what you and we would have done in order to avoid what the worst would have been predicted. And therefore, it would be to say either I was right or I was right because I created the condition for being wrong. Because by warning, I create the condition for acting. And therefore, it's important for a prediction not only to be right, but also to create the condition in order to be wrong. And it's true not only for prediction for the world, but prediction for ourselves. It's important to predict what can happen in order to create condition for not that to happen. Don't try to read what I'm going to say as being optimist or pessimist. I think it's a wrong categorization. To make me understand, I would say it's exactly if you look at a football match, soccer. If you are a spectator of a match, if you look at the match, either you support one team or another, and therefore you can be optimist for the team you support or pessimist. They are going to win, they are going to lose. But if you are a player on the ground, it's meaningless to be optimistic. You have to win. You have to play. Therefore, you have to know what are your trumps, what are your weaknesses, what are the trumps of your counterpart, competitor, and then to find the best strategy to win. Therefore, a simple fact to ask the question, is it optimism or pessimism, is to put you in the position of passivity. You look at the situation, and then it's lost. If you just look, it's lost. Then don't be optimist, don't be pessimist. Try to be lucid, understand the situation, and act in order to take the best of what is going to happen in order to change the reality. That being said, it's clear that it's very, very difficult to predict the future of the world, as you said, because so many events can happen, and we are 7 billion today. And this 7 billion will be a larger number. I will come back to that in a minute. And we are more and more interconnected, which means that an event created by one of his 7 billion can have huge consequences around the world, and more can have. Therefore, I would say that it's enough to think that in the world, out of his 7 billion, you may have 1 out of 10,000, which is a monster, and 1 out of 10,000, which is a saint, benevolent genius. Both can change the world in different directions. Difficult to know who is going to win. Today, we have hidden somewhere these 10,000 people of each side, maybe much more than that, I think much more than that even. And of course, it would be very difficult to know what will happen according to the action of these people. That's true. But that's not a reason to stop this lecture now and to say, forget about it, it's impossible to predict. There are many things we can try to understand, predict, in order to put the landscape of the future and to try to act as the best thing we can do.
Okay, you have listened the video of Jacques Attali. So you have to understand who is this man. Jacques Attali is a Jew. He's a Jewish man. And he's a French. He's a French Jew, French Jew. And he is from Algeria. And he is the advisor of all these president in France. From the time of the 3 presidents passed, he is the one who was the advisor of them. So now, if you listen carefully what he said, I want you to explain that, because you have to know what he's talking. He's predicting for something. You see, he's thinking for two teams, the one who watch and the one who will play on the team. So this was 2 team. So now you have to understand, kisa man yung 2 team yung gimension, di ba? Nag-mention siya. Sa 10 out of 10,000 of the first other one, there is 1 monster, and out of the other 10,000, there is a 1 saint, genius, benevolent, and saint. You see? So you have to see that what is behind of that iyang gipasabot. Kaya mga tawa kasabot ana, kay gano ang mga tawa dili sila kanang wa kasabot sa scripture ba. But we who study the Torah, we know what he's talking. We know is what he's talking. Kung unsay pasabot ana. Kana. So first we have to analyze what he has said about this 10,000 and the rest of this 10,000 or more hiding somewhere, the saint and the monster. So this is the picture, if you understand the Torah, this is the picture of Mashiach and Nahash. Nahash is the same gematria of Mashiach. It's the same. In Hebrew, I say Mashiach is a Hebrew word, and Nahash is a Hebrew word for serpent. Mashiach is a Hebrew word for Messiah. So now, sa iyang mindset is the monster is mo ni si, but what they have believe that has a Nahash, that this doctrine of darkness is, especially the Freemason, they are religion. Don't you know this? They are religion. The teaching is there because the God of this world is a liar. He is serpent who has been thrown out in this world. When Adam, Hava, and the serpent was cursed, and they were thrown out in the Garden of Eden. So now, Nahash, because Nahash is a kind of twist the word of Elohim. That is, this how he tempt. Many times he did that to Yeshua, right? To Yeshua, to tempt Yeshua. He always, like the one who fall in the jump there on the cliff, because it is written in Psalm that somebody will catch you there. But he always twist Like he said to Adam and Hava, no, you will not die. You will discover the knowledge of the good, the knowledge of the good and evil. But Elohim said, you will die. You will surely die. So this is how he will twist. So these people, those people who believe him, they will be deceived. Why he will be deceived? Is because they think that they are the one will win. But as is said in the video, there is difficulty who will win in these two groups. In these two groups, who will win in these two groups? You see, either the saint. So maybe they are thinking that they are saints. I don't know what is in his mind, but we know what he's talking with monster. These are the group of in darkness, and those who are in the saint of Messiah. Those the whole house of Israel. This is the remnant of Israel that he is talking about. This 10,000 hiding in the world. And the one saint he has talking is the Mashiach. Do you know that? But this world was, when he talked that in the interview about the prediction, did you know what he's talking? Because they don't know about the scripture. They don't know. But these people, if you study the Torah, they will know what he is talking. This is the fight of these two. So now, he said mismo sa mga you don't know who will win. You don't know who will win. What is will be it depends on the action of those people. So he doesn't know. But we know who will win. We know. Because why? The word of Elohim is eternal. We know that Mashiach will. So we know that to whom he is talking about this. This is the fight of two, Nahash and Mashiach. This is why he cannot speak that in the public. What he's talking. This world, they are so enticed, they are so immersed in this worldly system that they don't understand this man is talking. But they know what they are talking. But we know what he is talking. Why? Because we study the Torah. We study the Torah. Now, you see, he said is the difficulty. Who will win on this game? Who will win? Because for them, if you listen to the full talk he has with the prediction in the, I don't know how many, the prediction about that for the coming 2035, makita nimo nga, so, but for them, in the other side, because they are Zionist, from the other side, you know that they will push their plan. They will push their plan. So now you watch this other video. What is the goal for this 2035 nga ilang gilimit nga goal nga the planned. So now you have to watch this video concerning sa ilang goal, sa ilang kining what is the plan today about these people who is fighting. So who will be win? He is on the other side, but I don't know. Maybe he's thinking that he's on the side of the saint. Jera. Saint daw. O kailag siya sa iyang amo niya nga monster ilahang master nila. So I don't know. I cannot say that because if Nahash is a Satano is how you call that is tricky and smart. So he comes as a light. So they will believe that he is the light. So they will not say that they are from the monster, right? So now, but this, they don't know the security, the assurement nga sila'y mudaog.
Both can change the world in different directions. Difficult to know who is going to win.
Okay, because he said it's a difficulty who will win with this game. So now, but we know who will win. It is the Mashiach, our master, with the saint. And you see, you just watch what he's talking in this video.
Dans la tradition juive, on dit beaucoup que la paix à Jérusalem est la condition de la venue du Messie. Le Messie arrivera par une certaine porte de la vieille ville et il arrivera soit pour faire la paix, soit que la paix soit faite. Donc véritablement, il y a une dimension en quelque sorte utopiste, messianique ou utopiste, de Jérusalem comme lieu de la paix.
En fait, les espoirs de paix dans cette région sont liés à ce qui se passera à Jérusalem même.
On a souvent dit par exemple que le Liban serait le deuxième pays après l'Égypte à faire la paix. Pas jamais le premier. En fait, on se rend bien compte que le Liban sera le dernier pays à faire la paix. Et bien là, de la même façon, je pense que Jérusalem sera le dernier problème résolu. Parce que personne n'a intérêt à céder, ni les Palestiniens qui ne reconnaîtront pas l'indivisibilité israélienne, ni les Israéliens qui n'accepteront pas. Donc je pense que le statu quo est le plus vraisemblable, même si on peut imaginer, rêver d'un Jérusalem devenant capitale de la planète, qui sera un jour unifié autour d'un gouvernement mondial. C'est un joli lieu pour un gouvernement mondial. Devenant capitale de la planète, qui sera un jour unifié autour d'un gouvernement mondial. C'est un joli lieu pour un gouvernement mondial.
You see? You see the interesting what he said concerning that this one world government will be the surrounding of all this, the capital of all the surrounding of the nations. You see the goal of these people, the Zionists, the Edomites, they are the one who is Edomites. This is what you have to know, their plan. Because, you know, there are many things to consider. This is not my word, but what it confirms again and again, it is about Jerusalem. This is why we have to focus for this end times, because everything is there. The plan is to make a one world government and the capital is Jerusalem. So you see, very interesting, diba? So this is, if you see that there's no temple there, may lang paabot og anti-masyak. When they say to have peace in Jerusalem, and it is peace, but it is war. He said,
dans la tradition juive, on dit beaucoup que la paix à Jérusalem est la condition de la venue du Messie. Le Messie arrivera par une certaine porte de la vieille ville et il arrivera soit pour faire la paix, soit que la paix soit faite. Donc, messianique ou utopiste de Jérusalem comme lieu de la paix. Messianique ou utopiste de Jérusalem comme lieu de la paix.
Messianic or Utopia. Utopia, because Utopia is just illusion nila that this is what they are pushing now. The Messianic is the kingdom of coming of Mashiach. The kingdom that will come for Mashiach. You see, he knows well, He knows well. But he does know what is the ending. But we know who will win. We know who will win. You see, will be the restoration of the things. So, you see, the one world government, do you think we have now one world government? No, we don't have one world government. New world order? No, we don't. They are building, this other word, they are building. Edom is building the Tower of Babel to be in one mind. That is the plan for now. Not yet new world order. No, it will not come. Because the goal of those people is to be in the center of Jerusalem. That's why I told you that what's going on with the war is to mess up everything. You know the Elohim is in control because this land is given to the house of Jacob. Then they will try to make peace in every neighborhood countries, nations, to make peace, to work together. This is what they know. They think that to continue the life that the one will be successful for the plan. But we know it will not be successful. It will not succeed because we know what is written. And we know that what is written. They will not succeed with this one word.
D'un Jérusalem devenant capitale de la planète, qui sera un jour unifiée autour d'un gouvernement mondial. C'est un joli lieu pour un gouvernement mondial.
One world government for the capital of the world. Yeah? Jerusalem. You see the goal? That is the seat for the one world government. And do you think, this is why I told you this, all the mess of China and now in Russia, they cannot let, this is a power and control, because they want to rule the whole world because this the word I told you, the one world, one from Hebrew is ihad. Only one ihad. I told you, this is the ihad of our Elohim, Israel. Nothing else. Because Nahash, with all his minions there, his bees there, want to plan of this tower. It's like happened in Egypt. This why this is the same situation, but it's in the spiritual understanding lang. Because we are not a spectator, we are part of this. We are also a player for this battle in the side of Mashiach, who are the descendants of Jacob, the remnant of Jacob. You have to understand that this is not in the division. We are in the side of Jacob. This is why, if you want to be part of this battle of Elohim, be on the side of Elohim through Messiah. So it's a lot to do for us. For us, is sanctification in order to be part of this regathering of the people of Elohim. Because for us, we know that in this end time is either we are in resurrection, or either we are in the change of the body. This is why when I speak about the garment, Yeshua even himself, that who cleansed the robe of righteousness, you have the garment of righteousness. It is about our works, our deeds, how we live our life here. So that is what we do. This is why we have to strive for that we can be in this, in a twinkling of an eye, in the last trump, that we will change our corruptible body into the what? Incorruptible. The change is the redemption of the flesh. So now, you see the goal is in Jerusalem. In Jerusalem, there's still chaos there. They want to try to make peace. Why? Because they want to sit there. He don't want to sit there. He want to steal this land. As I said in my last previous video, he want to steal this land, because the Torah is the battle between these two brothers. You have to know this, all this behind the story is there in the Bereshit. When Elohim said the end, if you want to know the end, you have to go back to the beginning. Bereshit is about in Bereshit, and then you have to look at. But what happened to in Christianity and in Messianic? Why do you go in the Daniel? You are going backward. Why you go backward? The story is there. The ending is in the beginning, not in the ending of this book. What we are reading in this in the Bible. Not in the ending with this. Not in the ending. We have to go back in the beginning. The beginning, here is the beginning. Bereshit. Because the Torah is spiritual. So we have to understand what is in the natural of in the Torah. This is, so by mostly Christian, Messianic, try to look at in the Revelation. It's not easy with the Revelation. Why? Because that is, you have to consider also the historical fact in the time of when the Messiah, the destruction of the temple. It's also to do with that. I don't think that there was not tribulation there, no great tribulation there. When they are beheaded, those who are beheaded, these are the saints. Those are the followers of Yeshua. It's not an easy life. We cannot compare our life from those people. Why? Because those people are living, they grown, they are born from the Torah. Their lifestyle is in the Torah. They have, this is the first follower of Yeshua, who are Yehudim, and they have the Torah of Elohim. They have the book of Moshe. At least they are the one, the keeper of the oracle. And we are so boastful because we have Mashiach. The coming back, the return of Mashiach is about the Judah again. And I said, the coming in of the Goyim, the Milu HaGoyim will come in. How do I know that? We have to go back that in the Torah again. Who is this Milu HaGoyim? Who is this Milu HaGoyim? So, to look at the end, you go back to the beginning. Don't try to fit our society run because it doesn't work. You know, if you read in the how you call that in Revelation chapter, hold on, the book of Revelation, if you read carefully, the first chapter and the first verse, it is written, the revelation of Yeshua Messiah, which Elohim gave him to show his servants things which must shortly take place, and it sent and signified it his angel with his servant Yohanan, which must shortly take place, which mean to come to pass shortly. Unsa may shortly nimo? 2,000 years from the time of Yeshua, 2,000 years in our timeline. Shortly, you try to, myself, I don't know with the history. It's very difficult because the Roman Empire was the time of Yeshua's ruling at this time. And you know, to know that about those what's going on, the historian Josephus Flavius speak about the happening there. And for me, I am not this history. It's difficult. So now, we cannot put our understanding today, our modern society, to put the book in the book of Revelation, that it is this revelation is what is today. You see, I believe this is a part, there is part from that what is will come also. So that I cannot, when it comes to eschatology, that is very difficult for me. I will not do that because if you are not, that is given you in by Elohim, you cannot make, you can do it, but you can try to interpret in your own. So it's difficult. This is why I will not push myself to try to push my understanding. No, that is useless to push your understanding, and it's not from Elohim. It's better from Elohim. So you will not boast something that what is to come, but it's the Ruah will give you if you're really honest of yourself. Myself, I want to be honest. It's very difficult, this book of Revelation, because that is, we have to consider the history and the time of Yeshua's, because about the temple, what's going on in the destruction of the temple, and what's going on this following years, following generation. It's very difficult to follow that, you know. So this is why what happened today, this is what I want you to look at, that what is the goal of those people who is making this one world government, the plan of the one world government. As I said, Jerusalem. He said that. He said mismo sa ilang plan that Jerusalem be the capital of the world, because they are Edomites who want to steal the inheritance of Jacob. But Mashiach will come. Mashiach will come, will fight from all those people. And I said, before Mashiach come, the gathering of all, the salvation of all those all house of Israel, what is spoken by Shaul. Shaul said that. It's also in the prophet. I don't remember now, that there will be a deliverer in Zion, and he will put his feet in Mount of Olive as Zechariah. It's not happened yet. It will happen. It will happen, and is this a question of time? This is why the escalation of what's going on now, because Elohim is bothering their plan. They cannot build this utopia. They will not. It will not be, because it's not given to them. So that is my concept of the New World Order. All this fight, you have to know the core of this, what is ahead will happen. And we know that it is all this what's bothered them, their plan, this of the New World Order. I mean, nobody will comply. Many already problem with that. So it will be they will try to push their head, to push this plan. It will just only a trouble for them. And those who are participating on this evil work of darkness, and they will receive also the reward from Elohim, because the wrath of Elohim, it will come. The wrath of Elohim, it will come. I'm still meditating for the wrath of Elohim to come, but you have to understand also when the wrath of Elohim will come. If you remember the pressing of the grapes, so these grapes, and then also the harvest of who's talking about this, the harvest of the wheat and the tares. So you have to understand that, because also it's a timing of the agricultural season na timing sa ilahang pagplanting, i-relate na siya sa sa pagplant sa mga the season during the season of what? Fruits, during the season of the barley and the wheat. So you have to understand this season, and so that you will know what is Yeshua is talking about. The olive tree, the fig leaves, all this parable. You have to understand this, the meaning of that, because Yeshua is not speaking for openly for the all, but for outside it is a parable. So if you don't understand, you must know what is going on the Torah, that you may understand behind that what he is talking. So you see the goal, the one world government. So they are building something for this place as a capital of the capital of the world, and the the center of all the earth. So this is why there is trouble now with all this, because they want them to those China and Russia to submit them and to be part of their plan. They want them to put down that they can they can be the one who will rule. This is why I thought in my mix I make a video with this about the pizza, who will take the most part of it and will rule. This is why it will not come. It will not come, because we know that it will not come. So that is the goal of this new world order, to be centralized. You see Bennett in the meeting of the Glasgow in Scotland, I think Scotland, you remember what he said? So you have to watch that. You have to watch that.
The world may be 60% desert, but we've managed to make it bloom. We may be in one of the driest places on earth, but we've managed to become the world's #1 country in water innovation. As the country with the most startups per capita in the world, as the country with the most startups per capita in the world, as the country with the most startups per capita in the world.
So, he said also the capital of the world. The most startup capital for the capital of the world. Startup, they are building, they are begin to build. So, they try to peace treaty of these Arabs and to those around them, and down around nation. Why? Because the plan is there. The plan is there. That is the center, the end point of this one world government. So we have no one world government now. This is what we have now, is the last fit of Daniel, that we are in division. Because of that, di magkahiusan ning naataron. Why? As he said, the saint and the monster who are belong to these two player. So you see, but we know who is these two players according to the Torah. We know that. If you know that about this battle between the light and darkness. So if you're the children of light, so strive for living the life of Mashiach to the Torah, and living the life of this. Ang ato ang mga fruits in life, what is this is because it will be perfected into the image of Messiah, because to be part of this the bride of Mashiach, to be part of that, because is really a critical ihang kind of dili basta-basta ka ma-join ka na kay there is a high qualification to be virgin of Elohim, of Mashiach, to be his bride. Is it not beautiful? So there's reward from that. And I will not say, but you see the goal they have, Jerusalem. So I will say, look at Jerusalem. So we are not yet in, they are still not They are still in the beginning. So all this great reset, all the plan, they will have to centralize the thing. We have to pray. That is our daily prayer. Don't put that in your mouth that it will happen. No, don't do that. Pray that it will not come their plan. If you belong to the saints of Elohim, pray. Don't dream with that. Don't let them spook out that in your mouth. Say it. No, it will not happen. It is written, life and death is in the power of the tongue. So, if you want to be asa kadapita, you have to resist the evil. What does Shausal? Resist the evil and it will flee from you. This is our battle. We have to pray for that they will not succeed for their plan. Don't do that. If you want to be part of Elohim's people, don't put that in your mouth. You have to pray that it will not come. It will not come. Let them plan what they want. But Elohim, we are in the side of Elohim. It's Elohim. What does Elohim say? Man plan, but Elohim direct the path. So if it's Elohim direct the path, He is looking at His children. He's watching His children. Elohim is a merciful Elohim. He is a compassionate Elohim. Naikaluoy ang Elohim. And He will not let, if His children really in repentance, in the contrite spirit, to ask and beg Elohim to restore the land, to restore the land. What is the land? Jerusalem again, to restore this Jerusalem for the sake of our forefather Abraham, the promises of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. What is you think? This is to bring back to the promised land. That is the purpose. The same Jacob will bring the two Rachel and Leah, the two camp of this woman, to bring back to Canaan. And the struggle there is with Esau. What is Esau? Want to kill his brother. He want to kill his brother. But through the prayer of Jacob, Jacob was praying. He is our mediator. Yeshua is our mediator. We pray. This is why we have to pray that this plan of killing, because the goal of this enemy is to run after the believers, those who are gitawag og saints nila, di ba? The remnant of the seed of the woman. Who is this? This is the remnant, the seed of Israel. So we have to pray for that. We have to pray that it will not come what they plan for this new world order. Believe the word of Elohim if you understand that it will not come. It will not come. There is no evil will be prosper. There is no evil. There is no evil will prosper. So we have to believe that, and through the word of our Master, He is the one will overcome, and He will glorify our Father, and to be a victorious of from everything, that we will have a restoration for the whole house of Israel. Okay, I will give this last word for what we have spoke about this the goal of the new world order. So I'll quote this verse from whether you have seen that they are building this in the place in Jerusalem, what is their plan to be the capital of the world. All these Edomites, the Zionists, and we're gonna read this book of Obadiah. What is the response of Elohim? Okay, so I will read Obadiah. There's no other chapter, but it's only one chapter. Okay, the vision of Obadiah. Thus says Jehovah Elohim concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from Jehovah, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen, the nation. Arise, and let us rise up against in her battle. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. The pride of thine heart has deceived thee. Do thy dwell in the cliffs of the rock, whose habitation is high, that said in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? So you see this word, who shall bring me to the ground? Yeah, whose habitation is so high. So have you seen the characteristic of these people with this Zionists? They want to be, they are so, self-centered ni sila mga tawhana. So, we're gonna look at, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou sit thy nest among the stars, which thence will I bring thee down, says Jehovah. Though you exalt thyself as an eagle, and do thy set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, says Jehovah. You see the word? Edom will build something and Elohim will bring it down. He will bring it down. So, Jeremiah 49:16, thy terribleness have deceived thee, and the pride of thy heart, O thou dwell in the cliffs of the rock, that holds the height of the hill, though you should make thy nest as high as eagle, I will bring thee down from thence, says Jehovah. You see? Elohim will bring down Edom. Elohim will bring down Esau. So you see, Jeremiah 49:10, but I have made Esau bare, and I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not. Elohim will uncover the secret places of Edom, and he shall not be able to hide himself. So this is soon. As Yeshua said, he will expose all those in secret, who hide in secret. And this is also the same here in Jeremiah for Esau, that he will be uncovered the secret places. And they're not hiding now. They're in secret plan there. So we will see at the end of this time, in our time today, we just have to be magpaminaw. But we know the victory is in Mashiach Yeshua. Is always in the control of Elohim. Hallelujah. Shalom. Shalom.